Welcome. My name's Brian Knight and I live near Melbourne in Australia, and it's just after 5 o'clock in the morning on a Friday. It's coming to the end of the trading week for me anyway. Welcome, Tom. Mm. And Darren's out. He's been away for the last week and still joining, but let's go and have a look and see. Hang on, we'll do this first. You must be in quite a few trades now, Tom.
I'm not in a single trade.
Aren't you?
No.
Oh, you were in. Anyway, okay. I'll just have a look. Anyway, welcome to this live FOREX analysis session. Just note any trades discussed in the script over the class as educational only. That's because we're a group of people who help each other and we are not financial advisors. So please only take trades that you're happy to take based on your own analysis. There is a full risk disclosure, a bit about us as live session traders there. I thought you had some. Oh, okay. All right.
I did. I had several. I'm already out of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be intriguing to understand. Okay. Right. Okay. Need to understand why you're doing that. That's okay then. Right. To start with AUD CAD, I'm in that. I set up an order at that line there, that peak, and I don't know, I'm up a little bit at the moment. About 20 pips. Okay, so and I have moved my stop. I had it up here. So you're not in that yet, or you're not planning, or you're in and out?
I was in, remember at the top of the candle?
Up top of the short. Yeah.
No, I was already in at the top of the candle.
Up there.
Yeah, my entry was at that blue brick.
Oh, that's right. And then you looked at, and then you said, yeah, you had a stop loss just above that. Okay, yes.
Right. So I saw it come down to 1, 2.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
My green line changed from pushing down to now pushing up.
Up like this does. Oh,
Yeah.
no, this doesn't. This still has it coming down.
Right. But mine's pushing up, breaking the high up above.
Right.
So I got out.
Right.
I'm still above that blue line. It still hasn't passed that blue wick at the bottom. So there's nothing
Right.
saying this could turn around and come back up and actually go to the top of that green point.
Right. So you're saying, that's right. I'm looking at this then. So you're saying the trend bar here has not come up and crossed over this, where I've got the white line, which is the bottom of, the bottom of that green wick. I think that's what you were saying.
Yes.
Okay. So you're saying potentially, because that isn't up here, then potentially this will push back up again.
Correct.
Okay. That's good to notice.
If it's truly going down, it's going to tell us.
As in?
You'll have some sort of sign that it's going to go down. See, go to the previous where it dropped off before.
Up top here.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let's do this. Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to have to come up past the low. You see the low there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as it pushes up, you see where it turns blue? The candles are blue up at the top?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right there. Go back to that one candle where it touched the line and it was blue.
Oh, there, that one, yeah.
Right there. So that's where it starts. Blue, all the way up, and that trend line is following.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for this trend line.
Yeah, but it was close, and it was touching the green wick that came down. Mm-hmm.
Right, but look where the green wick is at the last second. They're touching, basically.
Yeah.
So all I'm looking for is this to come a little closer.
Yeah.
And even if this thing was to just like shoot down, I don't care. I'd rather be in a trade where I have an understanding of what I think it's going to do rather than what it might do.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
So I took a little bit of profit out and I'm out.
Right. That's to safeguard any pullback on it.
Exactly. So you mean to tell me by the time it reaches down here at this very bottom, it's not going to have some sort of pullback, even if it's one candle?
No, definitely going to.
Exactly.
just like this push up, it's got to pull back, push up, pull back,
Yep.
push up, pull back. Okay.
And since that's still blue, we just don't know if this is the actual high.
Yeah, because of where the trend bar is currently, it's too far away from current price.
Right.
Where it was different over here, it was quite close to current price. And this also too, maybe it's more like this, where it goes down, 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 and it needed to come back to it before it actually changed some direction. Okay. Okay.
So again, now you have your high and you have your low.
Yeah, you have a high there and a low there.
So somewhere in between all this mess, all this stuff's going to be taken, or it's going to come back 50% of the big move here, and then it's going to turn and take off again, or, whatever it's going to be. But now you have your high and your low. So as this thing comes down, it makes a new low, move your low up. And then when it makes a new high, move your high down. Eventually, you're going to pinch it together to a point it's going to have to shoot out one side or the other.
Yep. All right.
Patience game.
I'm going to hang on just for the moment and just see.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not saying it will. It could certainly go back up, but I've got to stop in place. So it's not necessarily a big issue from my perspective anyway at the moment. And I'm just trialing. But it's good to talk about this fact that this trend bar is further away from the price, which means it could push back up. Okay. But we've got also a rate decision coming out next week. Okay. Right. Which it could push up and then drop off or not. Oh yeah, AUDCHF. I'm pretty sure I'm in that as well. Yes, I am. Now, this one's actually a bit different though, isn't it? In the fact that the trend bar is actually past that last green week. And prices come down past the last green week. And the green line is still saying it's going down, but that's not the crucial point at all. And this sort of equal high, low, it's really at that point at the moment. It has come below it, but not by much. I'm just going to, we look there, you can see they're all sort of have pulled back at this part of the week. Like I think I'm up nearly 50 pips on it. So what are your thoughts then, Tom? I mean, yes, of course there'll be pullbacks.
I'm just letting it run for a moment.
Right, okay. Yeah, okay, all right. I still think this will sell purely because of that long-term sell it's been in. But anyway, we'll see. Again, I've got a stop in place that doesn't really concern me too much. ADJPY. Now this I didn't have the time. I got called away to do something. So I actually missed this opportunity. This would have been good. Uh, it also, too, the trend bar is above the last green wick. The price has gone below that wick. And really, that was a point where I should have got into that trade. Again, it's dropped off nicely. And the green line is still saying that it's going down. So potentially too late to get in. But you never know. I mean, it could come to a trend bar and bounce off or break through it. Right. That's just disappointing I didn't get in. Anyway, there are other opportunities. ADNZD. Now, this is an interesting one. I remember we were talking about this yesterday. Trend bar hasn't come up to where the last wick is. There's that price there. If it's coming down, it'll need to sort of break that or that even. And it looks like it's pushing up at the moment. But then the green line is saying there's going to be a sell-off. And maybe it's this target before it does or not. So you're waiting for the signal for it to turn and get into the actual sell because it's a sort of a longer term sell off. But it has broken this high though, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be just in a pullback and then push back up again. You can see over here it just slowly meandering its way up. Rightio. Here's the other one we looked at, AUD Singapore. And I know you don't trade Singapore, but again, I didn't have time to get into that trade, but I should have got into that one too. Look at the drop off on that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite nice too. There's two trades I didn't take advantage of.
So why is your green box so long here?
Because that's what you'd suggested for some reason. I know you hadn't, I don't think. Or whatever. Oh, because I know why. Because that green line was all the way down here.
That's right. That's why you set it up as the trade it shows.
Yeah.
Because now this is telling you, hey, pay attention.
No, it's going to turn around and go back up.
It may or it may not.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember that. This is your, if you're in this trade, this is your prove me wrong moment.
Yeah, I'm not in it at the moment.
Okay.
But I really should have been in it.
If you had your trade set up like this, and this green line has now moved, this is your prove me wrong moment. You let it run till it proves you wrong that it was going to come down here originally.
And that's why yesterday or whatever, I think yesterday where you said put your whatever this thing is, you said put the TP at the bottom of the green, because if it changes, what you're meaning is if it changes, you'll get to know that's where it used to be.
That's where it really wants to go.
Yeah.
Whether it's from that green point at the top up there, however it gets down here is where it actually thinks it wants to go. There's something down here. There's something to your left
that was
down
before.
there that they're going to want to get.
Yeah. But that was before.
Right.
But now the computer is saying, or the calculation is saying, well, no, it doesn't have to go down there. They're just going to continue up and break the high.
Right. So prove me wrong.
Yeah.
You have a higher high. You got your short. The line's changing white. If this stops right here and turns around, I would be out of that trade.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's like any other trade. Okay, no worries. I didn't get in. I should have got in it, but now at least it's proving me wrong. If it does keep going further, then I can still get into the trade if I wanted to. Okay, AUD USD. Again, this is where the green line was down here. Now it's only to here. Then
And
pushing
I'm out
back
of
up.
that trade.
Why are you out of it? Because it's still saying it's have you got a green line bouncing back up, have you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I can't see what you are looking at yours, but it's so
But that's what I'm saying. It literally changed overnight with 2 bricks.
mm, mm, yeah.
So to me, we're in a state of what is it going to do now? Because am I in the wrong position for a pullback?
Yeah, okay. But it is still pushing down though.
Right, but I have to reassess now the situation because the situation, as now this is now moving sideways,
Mm-hmm,
will give me different views with this green line.
mm-hmm.
So I'm going to let it run for a few bricks and decide: are we going down or are we going to keep going up?
Yeah, because if it is going down, it'll come down to the trend bar and then change it to white, and then you'll get some white candles, and then it will decide what it's going to do, or it'll bounce off and stay blue or whatever and go back up.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it's something you want to be in this sort of longer term push like that or down like that rather than any of this sort of up and down
That's right.
jiggling around. Yeah, and really I should have got into that trade as well. That's another one I didn't do because again I was in the process and got, as I said, called away. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Now, the thing for me too is a couple of things to note for me is that the trend bar is past the last sort of green wick as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be also a potential sell stop as well in here. It's still, it doesn't really matter that I'm not in because if it does come to there, if it does break, and anyway, just something to to look at because the setup's already there. Okay. CAD CHF. Now this is certainly turn around and come back. It has passed this last green week. It went white and back again blue, and it's still got a wick over there, so it's still pushing down at the moment. A lot of pairs are pushing down, aren't they?
And we're on downtrends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing here though, it came down here and then pushed back up again. We really need to get it to push further. Okay. I mean, looking at it though, if you were not that conservative, you would probably get in at this line here. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
I mean, that's the beauty of these. It's however you want to trade each brick.
Yeah, but I'm looking at some of the things you've been talking about, Tom, with the red wick on the left. It's broken down past that. Then it's you got to break the wick further down. That sort of look at it. You see, this candle here or brick. Sorry, already broke that. So really, it's the next one it needs to come to down here. Anyway. It's just a bit messy in there, that's all at this point. Okay,
Yeah, that's why I'm staying out.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only reason.
Yeah. But this is one I should have got into this one as well. This one would have been quite okay. That was, yeah. See, it dropped off quite significantly. So it would have been a pretty good trade. It had crossed over. I'm pretty sure it crossed over that last green week. I mean, there's looking at these things, these different bits and pieces, to observe. Anyway, this is a CHF JPY, which I got out of the buy. It now pulled back up slightly. I think I'm still, yeah, it just hasn't gone anywhere. Like it's really messy across here, but that's okay. This has still got the green line. It's still pushing it down. Well, we've got a couple here that just pushed over. Just see if it goes past there. He's in an uptrend though, so we'll see. I'm in a sell. I don't know why that is there. I must have only got in further down. Yeah, I did. I got in somewhere on this candle. It's not what that is. It's, yeah, and then stop losses. Somewhere there. It's actually quite a large stop loss. It's just that's the reality of where I've put it at the moment. I'm pretty sure it was, yeah, here somewhere. Yeah, that was where I put the stop up on top of that. Okay. And we'll see if it does pull back up again. Well, it does. All right. Now I haven't gone further. We didn't go down here yesterday, did we?
I'm not sure.
No, we didn't, because we didn't get past there. You're AUD. Right, now this is an interesting part. What was that one? That one's got to move down here somewhere. That's the last red wick. We've got a green wick over here. Haven't got anything off. Right. Green is way up here. Sorry, the white trim bar is up here. It hasn't gone past that wick. It's just sitting there at the moment. So this pullback and then potentially a push back down again. You'd want a short, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I think it's buying.
Because of the target or because of
Where it's at. You see your red on your daily?
yeah.
You see straight across how it came back and took
Yeah,
that short?
Short, yeah.
Yeah, so it's straight across on that bar right there. So I'm seeing this as resistance. So I'm letting this bounce. It's going to give. So for example, this will say long, and then it'll say short, and then it'll say long, and then it'll say short or long or whatever it's going to do, and that line is finally going to turn blue, and that's going to be your buy up. So you may get in and outs for a few days until it does what you want it to do to buy up, because I'm looking for the buy up. If you're looking for it to short out and sell, then yeah, you're looking for a short to sell it out. But with that line coming down that fast and that close, you already did your 50% pullback down to this on your side of the green candles where the reds touched it. I mean, you've already done your pullback, so now I'm
Yeah.
looking at this to buy, even if it doesn't break the high to the left, even if it's just a pullback situation. So again, I'm just sitting it out and letting it run for a while.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, it has. Yeah, it's sitting in a situation it needs to either break up there, come back to create a buy, or it'll pull and then back down again, as the green line suggests. But it is sitting between these two yellow high lows as well. So it could just push up to here and then push itself back down. Okay. Right here. You're okay. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Again, over here you can see this, but basically it's pushed up to the white line, hasn't turned blue because it's not over, and then it started going back down again. And the next candle, next brick will be a short if it is coming down. But it's bouncing on this high or low here. What have we got? And that's the red wick up here. It hasn't decided it hasn't broken. And we got the green one is down here. You get this one in between here, which I'm going to mark off anyway. But we have got a situation where that white line has come past that red wick, though, too. It is in the middle of this sort of like X48, but that's nothing tend to sort of concern too much with. And it's sort of just matched out those bricks, hasn't it? Now, it could push up, could push down, whatever. Target is down here to break that low, but we'll see. We don't know at the moment. Okay. If we get another candle with a short, you wouldn't get in the sell, would you? Or
No, I'm not. I'm not messing with this pair at the moment. It's still going sideways. Been going sideways since March 25th.
Yeah. Long time. Okay,
I mean, look at that on the daily. It's just sideways.
Yeah, that's right. Over here. Well, it has gone up and down, but I mean, yeah. March, it basically decided it after a big push up, it decided to do all that. You're right. Okay. Euro CHF. Oh, come here. Oh, no, it's got a target way up there somewhere. That's interesting. Wow. That's sort of going sideways to a certain extent on those dailies as well. But so this could be a short on this candle. It's only just coming to that box. Again, there's nothing here to sort of tell us maybe what would happen. It's gone white, blue, you know, again, quite sideways. Okay. Well, the suggestion is it's going to push up, but like, got no real idea at the moment. Euro GBP. Wow. Okay. You trade this one, Tom? You do.
Yeah, I trade this. I'm just not trading this. That's all.
Well, still in that sort of sell. Has
Right.
done a bit of pullback. But you look on that daily, it really doesn't want to go past this point for some reason, does it? Okay.
Well, again, we're also in a buy trend.
A which?
We're in a buy trend. See your daily?
Where? Yeah.
It's going up. 1, 2, see all the green? So this red to me is a pullback.
That here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you reckon it'll buy?
I
You
believe.
don't know.
No, here's what I think. I think it's going to do one of these sideways moves again, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down till it's red, and then we're going to get a green back up. And the green's only going to come up to, let's say, the short area,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's going to drop off again. That's going to be the change of direction because this is a pullback on a higher time frame. So on a higher
Mm-hmm.
time frame, this green is on a pullback of the
Mm-hmm.
higher time down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at this red to finish out down here, do another pullback, fail to break that high on your daily, and continue the down,
Mm-hmm.
following
Okay.
the trend on the daily.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You're JPY. Yeah, we're getting a change here. Okay. So this is in an uptrend, but it has done a pullback, right? Again, we don't know what particularly is going to happen right at this point, but I mean, it would have been good to get in back up here somewhere for that sell back out. But if you look at it, this trend bar has not crossed over that last green wick there.
Right.
But price has come down quite significantly, though.
Pretty quick.
Yeah. And that would have been a good place here to get in. Yeah, okay. Just haven't taken that opportunity. But yeah, no worries. It looks like it's only going to sort of potentially put it a bit and then maybe come back. I don't know. Well, anyway. Rightio. Euro NZD. So it looks like, Tom, to a certain extent, you've become a bit more conservative in the way that you're doing it. So you're in less trades, so you've got less loss, but you got better trades. That's really what you have transitioning into.
I agree with that. Sure. I take, I'm looking for a specific move.
Yeah.
And if I get it, I'm willing to take a high risk trade where it's like on one brick.
Yeah.
Whereas before I was taking every third brick, every third brick. Well, by the time you
Yeah.
do that 8,000 times,
Yeah.
you're half dead,
Yeah.
especially during a week. I mean, you could throw down 300 trades a week that way.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of I'm looking for, as you say, a higher time frame, larger move.
Mm.
So if I get in the right direction on a bigger move, then I don't have to worry about that trade. But I'm still catching these little ins and outs till it decides, and it's like I'm in a situation where I'm stuck.
Mm, mm. This is also too messy up my your NZD. Okay. But yeah, sometimes though the fundamentals will behind it will change. Like for example, interest rate change or something that happens from a US perspective that like throws the market around, which we don't have any say in. Okay, Euro Singapore, you don't trade it. You'll look at it though. Yeah, I'm looking at this to potentially buy back up. I don't know where it's at here though. It's still there's not enough decision or not enough comfort in here to give me a buyout.
That's right.
The thing I have though
That's
is
exactly right, Brian. That's what I want you to have is the confidence to know I
yeah,
have my trade marked out. All
yeah,
the things are in order. I'm willing to take that one trade thinking it's going to go at least 4 bricks
yeah, yeah. Well, I've got
before
a
a
switch.
turnaround.
Yeah, correct. So
You know what I
there's
mean? It's just
yeah,
like it's just a matter of patience. That's why
yeah,
it's like that's why it's like 1 week. It's just like I'm on fire because
yeah,
everything's turning
and
and
moving.
and moving, and then it's like I sit here for a week
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
this little crap.
yeah, yeah.
It's like
Sit
I'm
on your
just done with it.
hands.
I'd rather just not trade.
Yeah, yeah, but you still have to be on alert that when it does want to move,
Exactly.
that you're there to be able to take it too.
And even if you miss a trade, and you will miss plenty of them,
Yeah, yeah,
big deal.
yeah, 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 yeah. Which is some of those AUDs, as I said, I would have got into. But anyway, okay. Yeah, so I'll just mark this out and go, well, like it will need to break up here. We've also got the Y, this is nowhere near uh, coming down to break this. We just get the trend bar has to come down further. It says it's going to like potentially shoot up. We'll just see or buy out after it does a bit of a pullback and play around here. Um, it'd be good to see whether the trend line comes past this red wick here, but that doesn't matter. We'll see. All right then, Euro USD. The US dollar seems to have not strengthened but stabilized just a little bit. Like it was going really bad, and it sort of has pulled back but stabilized. And now it looks like I don't know. It settled doesn't want to. We've got a long out of here. We've still got this line up here. The only thing that I would say from what you said before too is that the trend bar is around the last sort of red wick. But it is at the end of this week, it seems to be just fluffing around in a lot of pairs, waiting for next week or whatever it is. Well, we got PP, yeah, okay. And then we got building permits here. That's going to be, yeah. I love all of the posts, Tom, on Facebook from the US saying, God has done so much. Oh, sorry, the yellow, the orange God. Eggs are down to $1, and fuel's down to go and get as much as you like for nothing, and there's a whole so many.
It's such a lie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, but once they post that and people realize the real or know the reality, because people know the reality, they know if they have to buy eggs, what they are. They know if they have to buy fuel, they know what it is. And the posts are like, well, where in the country is this real? Anyway,
Right.
magas probably believe it, even though they know that. It's amazing, isn't it? People can believe something even though they know it's not true.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we live in the weirdest
Brainwash,
timeline.
brainwash stuff. Crazy. No wonder Germany did what it did. back in
Yeah.
the Second World War. And there was a fear stuff element. So there was the believers of rubbish, and then the ones that didn't say
The believers of rubbish.
yeah, and then there were the people that wouldn't say anything because they didn't want to be persecuted, and unbelievable. Okay, GA. Well, this is interesting. It's crossed over. It's gone past that red wick. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's potentials in here.
Yeah.
We've got a long, had a short, got a long again, potentially. But then the green line saying this is going to sell out like hell.
Yep. That's why I'm not in it.
Yeah. But then the target's up here.
It's conflicting information.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's been doing all of this. The bricks are like making a house out of them rather than
Exactly.
following a direction. Okay, GBPK. Now this is a different situation. This would have been a great time to get in back here somewhere.
You think it's going to keep going up?
No, I think it's going to turn.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, you think it's going to turn right here?
Yeah. Well, that's where I'm sort of looking at it. I mean, if I look at the daily over here as well, it just comes up to this point. It keeps banging its head and then dropping back off. Same thing here. It's come up here with the brick. It's come up here with the brick. It's like, let's see what happens. That's why I wouldn't commit to it at this point. We've still got a blue on there. I mean, it would have been nice to get in. You might have got a couple of bricks and a bit of a move up, like this sort of move, but you'd be willing to get out of it at this point. If you get a change where you get a little bit coming back down, do you think it'll buy further?
I'm neither here nor there on this pair because I have no dog in this fight.
No idea what it's going to dog in the fight.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly don't know with this because
I think
GCAD sucks.
Yeah. Okay. Right. You don't like the pair either.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's great when it was doing that.
Yeah, that's like rare though.
Okay. All right. GBP Now we pull back down on this one. All right. So we're looking for a short. We're looking potentially. Oh yeah, what's his name's nowhere near it. The trend bar. It's going to have to break through there to keep going. All right, we'll just wait and see. Yeah, you can see on on some of the things you're looking for, Tom. It's just like, well, that's why you're sitting on your hands at the moment. You would have got that buy up there, but then would have got out when you got that wick. Okay, GJ, radio. What is happening here? Right, it's crossed over there. Trend bar's crossed over. But then you got conflicting because it's saying the green saying it's going to go back up. And it's come to that line. Okay. What are these things down here? What am I doing? No one, get rid of these. Right. Could quite easily come back down.
Hey, while you're here,
yeah,
go to your X48.
Okay. Yep.
And then, yeah, could you slide that over a little bit so I could see the screen?
Hang on. We'll go over there. Yeah, we'll go over there. Yep.
Okay, so you see where it says bull color, 3 colors? Those?
These, yeah.
Yeah, delete 2 of those. That one.
The bear.
Mm-hmm.
You just make it opaque, yeah.
Yeah.
And that one as well.
Yeah.
That
No,
it?
go. No, go back. That's the wrong ones.
Oh,
Those are your triangles.
oh, okay. Yeah.
And then go to style
Oh, yeah.
and delete the plot.
You don't want the plots.
No. See if that removes it.
No.
Nope. Nope. Put those back on. Go back to inputs. Try the three. Try the three bands.
Yeah.
Huh. Nope. Nope. Put it back. I don't know why yours don't do it, but mine. I can get rid of my rail in the middle.
Oh.
I don't know why yours doesn't do it. Plot and plot. No, I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I have my. I have
You don't have the middle line.
I don't have the middle line because oh, it is. It is the bear color and bull color. There it
Yep,
goes.
it's gone now.
Just cleans up your screen that much more.
You don't need the middle. Okay. Oh. Sorry. Okay. GBP, JP, we're going to keep going. Sorry. Get a bit of a cold coming on. Yeah, okay. So this line's crossed over. All right, let's see. There's no triangles out here. Did we get rid of triangles, did we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this could have been a good trade to get in back here, but this is conflicting. Okay, sorry. Okay, so if I go GJ, what have you got? Where's your green line going?
On GJ,
Yeah.
it looks like yours.
Okay, right here. GN. Everything's sort of just doing this up and down bounce, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Would have been good to get into that long though, but put him anyway. We're not. We're looking, but there's a target up here. Okay. You don't trade this. GBP Singapore. That's all sideways. Forget that. And GU's doing the push up, pull back, push up. Again, nothing there to. All right. Enter DCAD. Oh my gosh, what a mess that is. All right. Enter DCHF. Again, another mess. NJ. These really are. Oh, okay. NJ is the only one that sort of moved. Yeah, okay. So it's come down past here. Right, it's matching out at the moment. Let's see what happens. And the green line's having it further. So it would have been good to get in around there. But I didn't. I haven't. Yeah, okay. I think it'll sell out further, to be honest. Anyway, NU, it's sort of playing around as well. Forget it. Singapore Japanese yen. Right. Now, I think, I personally think it would have been good to get in there too, but right. Okay. Well, that's one that interesting. It's been sort of in a long-term downtrend. It's just pulled right back up to here. Whether this is just a pullback before it pushes back up again. All right, trade anyway. UCAD. Well, that's in the craziness, isn't it? Everything's going sideways. Your CHF. Right now. We'll see where that sucks back to, but that's something I'd be looking at potentially a sell out of that one. Okay. We got the short. It basically pulled back and then it dropped off again. Yeah, nothing to make decisions on there. UJ. Yen would have been good to get in back here. Price has not crossed over yet. So that will be something to work out, that one. All right, USD and Singapore. Staying there. Okay. Okay, and gold is still okay. It's dropped off, but it's leveled out over here. See, it's pushed back up in the last 24 hours. So what do you think about this one, Tom?
Well,
there's a wick there. The white line hasn't crossed over it yet. And that's interesting, though. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we've got a low down here. That's fine. The thing is, those last two bricks haven't actually, we don't have a color on it yet. That hasn't turned white. And there's another brick being formed. So if this becomes white, that'll be a short there. Sorry, a long. I meant to say.
right. But the way you could tell if those bricks are white or blue is your trend line.
Yeah, it's white. It'll be white.
Right. Only when you see your trend line above turn blue.
Yeah. So I think, well, it's looking like price may. I don't know. It depends. We'll see. Anyway, but the point is, I suppose what I'm saying is if that's a long, there is an indication. But then again, this trend bar hasn't come down to that red wick yet. So there's sort of no commitment. It might just do this and then push back down again. All right, and silver, I think, is in the same situation. Yeah, just sideways. Okay. Bitcoin's up at 103. Reckons pull back and then push up. We'll see about that. And then where's his oil? Oh, okay, it's dropped off again. 61. Right, but it has pushed back up this bit. So it looks like it's doing a pullback before it pushes back down again. It's the green line saying longer term push down. Okay. All right. I'm just got to get used to this.
Yep.
Rightio. No worries.
Don't be afraid to let this run for a week or two before you make a trade.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm in AUD CAD, which I'm up positive, and AUD CHF, I'm up positive as well on that at the moment. And that CHF JPY is, I think both of those ones, ACAD and AUD CHF, I set them up as sell stops. They actually triggered in on me. This
You know,
one I
the other thing I want
market
you to
executed.
consider is the other thing I want you to consider is
Mhm.
don't be afraid. If you think it's going to continue down,
Yeah,
go to your last wick, wherever it
yeah.
is down there in the center. See like that blue wick
This one here.
up at the top of the blue?
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Yeah,
Either one of those. You can drag your stop up and put a limit on.
yeah, yeah,
Let it pull back up, tap you in. That's where you're going to
yeah.
be entered in at,
Hmm,
and then have it
hmm,
continue down.
hmm.
You can also do that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
If it
absolutely.
doesn't trigger you in, you haven't lost anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just sick of me in this one for the yeah. All right. Well, let's just see what happens here. I'm in the cell on all of these, so I better make that one red. That one triggered in, and that one did. All right. We'll see how they go. I'll probably I don't know. It depends on what I see later tonight or early in the morning tomorrow. Um, what happens, but the point is, I may hold these over the weekend. We'll see how we go.
Ooh, exciting!
Eh?
It's exciting.
Very exciting. I'm just looking at the difference, though, Tom. It's like, well, having the rules on this and the buy and the sell, they're different sort of rules in relation to these Renkos. So, and again, the whole purpose is getting into longer term
Hmm.
trends, buys or sells. So, all right, no worries. Thanks, Tom.
Okay.
We'll see you later.
All right. Have a
Okay.
good day and be safe out there.
You have a good weekend as well, and I'll hopefully see you before market opens next week.
Yeah, on
Um,
Sunday.